of the coastal bend and into the brush country, the coastal plains. But what we are dealing with is flooding in our watershed. So there's aerial flood warnings in place across areas between Corpus Christi, San Antonio. That does include 37. So if you do have plans to head north to San Antonio today, or know somebody traveling south from San Antonio this morning, give them a heads up. There could be some water on the roadways there between San Antonio and Corpus Christi. We also have our flood warning in place along the Nueces River here into McMullen and Live Oak County. That will continue until the water does fall below flood stage. The water did crest last night, or yesterday morning rather, there at Three Rivers. So that is what we are dealing with. You can see all the rain in this region. This is where the rain is concentrated right now. This is right over our watershed. The Frio River and the Nueces River getting in on some of this rainfall, which will lead into Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi over the next week or two. We're just now getting the rain from August 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, right? From that tropical system that moved through. That is just now beginning to make it into Lake Corpus Christi, and it was on the lower end of the river. So still, flooding could be a concern along the river continuing into the next few days. But right now, this is where that stalled frontal boundary is, just to our north, and you can see those storms developing right along that boundary and out ahead of it. That's where our flood risk is going to be today. There is a marginal risk of flooding across much of the coastal bend. That's going to include Kleber County, Jim Wells County, and Duval County, and Nueces County, San Patricio County, and all areas north of there. That's also including San Antonio. Houston is under a slight risk for flooding, so they have a little bit greater risk. Now, this is kind of showcasing where we could see that flash flooding, that quick flooding that almost seems to come out of nowhere, where you get a really torrential downpour. Yeah, that's what we're tracking in this. So we may see an isolated storm produce some flash flooding in our region. Houston has a little bit chance for a couple or a few storms to produce that flash flooding. That risk does continue into our Thursday, but Friday the energy does start to move off to the north and east. However, we still have a risk of flooding here into Nueces County, San Patricio County, Refugio County, and even into Aransas County as well. As far as rainfall goes today, most of it's going to stay to our north through the morning, but we do have some isolated storms that may impact your morning commute along the coast here. Heading into the afternoon and evening, with the help of that sea breeze and that frontal system, we are going to see a scattered to numerous storms developing this afternoon and evening. That will continue, and we pretty much repeat this forecast on your Thursday. The areas that see the rain may change. We'll start off rather isolated Thursday morning, and then we see storms developing potentially along the coast heading into Thursday afternoon. Today the heat is still on. We're talking 93 degrees, but not quite as hot as yesterday. We made it to 98 degrees yesterday. So 102, 103 for your heat index values across the region. We are expecting more cloud coverage today. Yesterday we cleared things out for the most part into the afternoon. We keep the chance of storms. Look at that. Every single day on this 7-day, it is an unsettled weather pattern. We have more hope for rainfall in the forecast. Barbie, John.